Alright. How are you doing, Flair? Welcome back. Welcome back to Outer Worlds and to the stream in general. Oh man, it's still kind of weird. Still kind of weird to be back. Just to get a little bit of news out of the way, this is going to be a shorter stream because of the things I mentioned on the Discord. I will be leaving in about 1 to 2 hours to go visit my grandma, who broke her leg yesterday. So yeah, but I didn't want to leave a day without the stream. I'm streaming a little bit today. Hopefully the volume is all right. I did a little bit of fixing. I'm good, thank you. It's honestly incredibly exciting to be able to stream again. I had been missing not just streaming but playing games. Been super busy outside and without the responsibility of streaming a game, I wasn't playing anything. So it's definitely kind of cool to come back to the stream and start playing games again. Something that I thought wouldn't be as tied to streaming for me as I thought it was. Howie, welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? You're doing well. Also, I did a lot of tweaking after yesterday's stream to the computer and stuff, and now everything is working perfectly. Just got up. Nice. Don't forget to drink that coffee. It's still morning here too. Definitely wanted to get in an earlier stream. Yeah, let's get right back to it. Titus Androidicus. Yeah, I've done quite a few things to the computer afterwards. Streaming is such a great way to figure out what's wrong with the stream. Because it definitely helped. Definitely helped. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Wonder if it's a little bit too quiet for you guys. Tell me if it is. I will quickly. And oh, shady person. Hello.
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
You gotta work today, Howie? I'm so sorry. Well, I hope it goes well for you. I hope it's nothing too tiring. Because, yeah, working on a Sunday. I wish you the best of luck and that it isn't too much stress and stuff. Oh. UB. There's just so many people here to like talk to and build general store. Nah, it won't be that stressful. Just don't want to work. Fair enough. That's, as the kids say nowadays, a big mood. Hey, sir, can I steal your... Oh, he doesn't like I'm back here. Alright.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
Let me see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
Is that a revolver? Love me a good revolver. Inspect. Oh, it is. Oh, heavy pistol. Hits hard, but limited ammunition. I'm a fan of revolvers, though. I am a fan of revolvers. Do you guys have, when you play games like this, a favorite type of weapon that you like to use? Always go in with a big shotgun, stuff like that, because for me, it's the revolvers, man. If they have a revolver, I'm like, no.
Work your jaw on some Spacer's Chaw. Music to my ears.
I might get that. Don't have enough money. Well, I'll sell my... Oh, I can sell junk. I don't have any junk. Okay, what's the DPS? 4 on the... Kind of rough. That has the best pummel, like the pros. I'm gonna sell this. I don't... Definitely feel like I should keep at least one. Shotties are great though. Steal everything and sell stuff. I like... So there doesn't seem to be a karma system in this game like the old Fallouts. So... not a bad idea. It's definitely not a bad idea to just go and steal everything. Definitely something I am considering. However... How much money do I have? Is it still not enough for the revolver? It is. I don't care that I'm poor after it. Give me it. Yes. Yes. Can I steal this? Hey, look away. Look away. Mind me. Don't mind me. Yeah, I still have 2 of these. I'll still sell 1.
Spacer's Choice, the brand of choice for spacers on a budget.
Hey, dude.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, I don't... Maybe I won't like the type of music you like, but... Saying... Oh, that's what he's selling. I don't have that. Can you kill the owner, or do you have to just steal alone right from him? You can kill anyone in this game. You can kill quest givers, you can kill...
Not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
You can kill whoever you want.
Music to my ears.
I'm still playing it pretty neutral. You know, I'll be honest, having... As much as I've played this game, which is not very much, I'm kind of thinking of maybe replaying it in different ways because it gives you a lot of options. Not just dialogue, but many other ways too. So kill and steal. Town probably won't like... They do... While you don't have a karma system, there is a community approval system. So Edgewater would start hating me.
Just keep working.
So different communities, different groups have different... you know, what's the exact word that they use? It's... Oh, there's a map. I haven't even seen the map. Oh, the general store. Oh, that's just a vending machine. Journal. Okay. Like, look. Site fees led by one of the 4 people stationed the guard of the landing pad. Okay. One of the 4 people, Silas. She was supervisor in the Edgewater cannery. He's been feeling under the weather and Probably at his residence. Kathy. Oh wait, you play... Do you play... I do not play League of Legends. Although I have been seeing that there's a lot of news coming in. Oh, this is just the church. Hello, Father.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
I'm looking for a power regulator. It just came to mind because Edgewater reminds me of the biggest water place in League. Biggest water? The Bilge? Yeah, I have no clue what that is. How do you know I'm an outsider?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
That's good to know. You seem quite dismissive about the common man's for a spiritual leader. And I'm not an ass, that makes one of us. Oh! Let's get back on track. Just thought something else I need to be doing.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Oh, not biggest. We have Bilgewater. Bilgewater, a place in League. Yeah, that does sound a lot more similar to Edgewater, Bilgewater. Isn't it your job to raise that?
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Hold on a minute. Did you just refer to a town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
So, I'm looking for a power
Mechanical
regulator.
tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
And why is that? My question exactly.
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome sum, you say? Tell me more. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book? I assume you want to burn it once you get hands on it.
I just want to keep the writing out of laymen's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I wonder if it's something against the company. Ah, you make a compelling argument. Seems to me the authorities would be interested in hearing that you're after the contraband. This kind.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
That sounds interesting. This game just opens up so much for you to do immediately.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Uh-oh, she's walking to the... Oh, okay. Hello?
Talking to the good vicar always lifts my spirits.
Work fortifies the spirit.
Alright, alright. Ooh, that's not stealing. Back here. Just watch a person go right behind the desk and just crouch down and scramble about. This is, you know, the usual kind of, oh, is this moving? No, it's not, but it's really cool. The art design is fantastic in this game, too.
Hey,
Hello.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
You have a monocle? No. What's this? When you guys weren't here yesterday, so let me introduce you to our friend here. I can't. This is I forget. Larigue. That's his name. This is a man's man. Look at him. Yeah. Too bad I can't zoom in on his face. Wonder if... Yeah, too bad. I love how you are literally pointing a gun at people and no one gives a crap. They don't even run. Yeah, that's one thing too. Honestly, I'm okay with that because in the old games when you did that, they were like, ah. However, if you scope in, some of them do complain. So here, I'll go to the, where am I? Okay. Let's see if the store guy complains. Hey, store guy.
Please don't point that at me.
Yeah, so if you scope in, they do complain about it. Ooh. There's always something behind the church. I've learned that. Don't ask me how. Whoa. Armor parts? Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be making this revolver very powerful. Just...
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
I like that the chats... Obviously, I'm gonna be making so many comparisons to Fallout and Skyrim just because they're very similar. It's very obvious that if Obsidian still had the rights to Fallout, this would have been a Fallout game. The systems are very similar. Like, there are so many similarities.
You're safer inside the walls.
And one thing, and this is of the things I've been talking about, this is a much smaller detail, but the fact that the NPCs talking to each other don't just stand there after they finish saying whatever they're saying is pretty awesome. Because how many times in like Skyrim, that's the one I definitely remember that, but I'm sure Fallout 4 or any one of those, they would just stand there. There was nothing after that. They would say their thing and be like goodbye and then just and then you would talk to them and they'd be like, hey. And that's it. And you're just like, oh, okay. That's not immersive. This game looks like a mixture of Fallout, Borderlands, and for some reason Overwatch. I see that. I think visually, yes, I definitely agree. The spaciness of it adds to the Borderlands feel, I think. And it kind of, it's interesting that space like this always leans a little bit towards Western, you know? Space games like this, and I feel that that is also a bit Borderlands-y. Systems-wise, and just like how people look and move, it's very Fallout. And I think Overwatch, just because of the shine of things, I don't know about you, but I can definitely see that, like the shine and the vibrance of the colors kind of leads me to think that. I hadn't really thought of it in comparison to Overwatch, but I can definitely see that for sure. What's this? Hey, Fallout. Terminal access logs. Edgewater, Saltuna factory facility strictly schedule your sick leave with your Space Destroyer's foreman and or supervisor. Be considerate. Other matters of space foreman hand. Took 4 weeks to process approve. Schedule sick leave. Work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in the body reflects sickness in the mind. Sickness and sickness in character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with our local vicar. Hopefully no cameras here. Ooh. Hello. Hello.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
Borderlands Wild West in space. Yeah. Pokemon Sword and Shield is and a hat. Why so? Why the cry? Don't cry. Vending machine. What? Where? Oh. Spacer's Choice automated sales unit vending machines. Vending machines offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. Nice. We'll be going towards that. Restricted items on a vendor's can be purchased when a high enough reputation with the association faction or a hack skill of 40 or higher. Nice. So I can't get these. Bypass shunt, mag pick, mag melt, mag to melt, ranged weapon mod. Magazine changes the weapon's damage type to corrosion. Got it. Interesting. Oh, whoa! He just tripped! He just almost tripped! That's pretty cool. The small things. Because it looks good and has new ideas, but it's splitting the Pokedex, so some people you like won't be in the game. It's splitting the Pokedex. How's that? Again, as pretty much a Pokemon noob, I have no idea what that means. Anyone here? Anyone in this office? No? Alright. Ooh, what's that? Pick up guide to mechanical engineer. Oh man, reading. Oh, there's a free revolver here. I didn't need to buy one. Always learn that, kids. You can always steal it. Don't buy anything, ever. Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of the life of of life on the frontier. We are expected to face up to reality, and the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. See, Owie? See? You gotta go to work. You gotta go to work, or else it means that you're spiritually weak. And mentally weak. It's terrible. Now, with extra added artificial ingredients at no extra cost. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics. Oh, I feel like that's gonna come in. Not going into work sick. Hate people who do that. Same. For some reason, at work, a bunch of people have been dying. Not actually, but people have been really sick. They haven't been coming to work, but it's been almost constant, and it gets me very worried. Oh, this is the guy I gotta... Oh, this is the girl I gotta shake down.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Oh, you're not gonna be talking to me like that. I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
I feel like we're gonna see her change her tune when I say this.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
That's kind of you, I guess. You have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite
If
fee?
you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Eugene! He's the guy with the golden teeth.
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough.
Eugene wasn't family.
So you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
You can't be serious. What are they gonna do? Arrest his corpse? Vandalism, huh? Did you just have clean bits off?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
What if you didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear.
Someone
I'm
paid.
just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
See, that's interesting because now we have two different quests that mention this Eugene guy, different parts of his story. But he's not a quest. Eugene himself is not a quest, but it's all kind of connected and leading to something so far. That's really interesting. Kind of curious. Get back to work. All right, let's see what you saw. Pokemon, 50% of the Pokemon are not going to be achievable in any way. Interesting. No transferring from older games. I see. I can definitely see the reason behind that from a gameplay from a development perspective, though, because if they're remodeling and remaking all the Pokemon to remake 800 and something Pokemon for the game, that's a lot. That is a lot to do. So I'll be honest, I definitely don't blame them for the first game in this new generation that they're probably going to be using the engine for quite a bit. I don't blame them splitting the thing like that. I get it that it's probably really annoying from a player's perspective, but from a development perspective, I definitely don't blame them. Phyllis, owing to you hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned you access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of Spacer's Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not, under any circumstance, distribute your ration or of medication to any other worker. We're all in this together. Personal files. Heck. Continue. Last entry. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterlies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it. Don't know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privilege. To start? Pronto! Eugenie is a boss. What do you think about Gigantamax? Gigantamax. Again, being kind of a Pokemon newbie, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them adding something like that, a brand new mechanic to the fights. It makes me think of ults in Overwatch, where it kind of makes it unfair for the rest of the match, so you can be fighting and be better than the team, but depending on what is used... Uh-oh. Can I be seen? Depending on what is used, the match just, you know, turns and has a completely different result. So for PvP, I am worried because of that, because it can be quite a problem depending on... Anyone see me? Okay, I'm gonna mess with it. But yeah, that's as much as I know though about that. Okay, I see. You shouldn't hate it. Welp. Guess I'll hate it now. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for Sword and Shield. It's gonna be the second Pokemon game I ever play. The other one being Gen 2 that I played here on stream last year. Can't believe it. It's last year already. But definitely curious to see what a brand new Pokemon feels, looks, and plays like. Lungs, left hand, server, wrist. Yeah, we did talk to that guy. Only you can protect fourth quarter profits. Ooh. No one around? No one around? Again, I love that you can't just steal a bunch of ammo, not ammo, a bunch of just stuff from all the places. Like that it's limited to useful things. I think the thing is they already have all Pokemon modeled from the DS. They had just port them to the new game. I think they did it for... Yeah, they did do it for Eevee and Pikachu. I was watching a little bit of that, and it's definitely was the same models and animations. I remember people talking about that too. Alright, ooh. Secret door. Oh. Secret stairs. Toilet. You know, this game sucks. It can't flush. That's how I usually know if a game's good or bad. They let you flush toilets. Not the case with this game. I wonder why they label it as stealing if it doesn't really have much of an effect for this. It's explosive. Much of an effect for gameplay, unless you do it in front of people. I guess that's why, but it just doesn't feel like there's huge. I'm just breaking my legs over and over. So this place has a power regulator. So I'm here looking for a power regulator. Just, huh. There's just like, if I... okay. I want to see my other options first, because I feel like I'm just gonna be hated by the entire city. Disengage. Unable to comply. Power regulator may not be disengaged while transformer is active. Okay. Just gonna leave it here. It's good to know it's down here. I'll definitely... I might be coming back, or maybe not. Let's see. We will see. That's interesting. Oh, you can put your gun away. After you mentioned that, funny that I was just pointing guns at everyone.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me. Uniform? What are you talking about? I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repair. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What if they're prized? I never would have guessed. Oh no, I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why? You want me to? I'll ask why first.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
I have a feeling we're gonna hear a very different story from the other side. Kind of obvious, but it's gonna be interesting because I can then either take their power or the city's power. Now you can just be very, just think about the company and be like, hey, let's screw the company, but then you're also screwing out all the sick people and all the people that are, living in the town that we've talked to and met. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's already way more, again, drawing comparisons to Fallout, than Fallout 4 ever did in terms of like things you should do. It reminds me more of Fallout 3 and in the way, for example, that one where you can blow up that first town, I forget. But that was also very black and white. New Vegas had a few more, like, it helps a little bit that faction, it kind of hurts it a little bit another. It already seems to be going in that direction. So that's interesting. How can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Right, Reed. How will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
What if this Adelaide doesn't want to come back?
That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
I really like his voice. I don't know who the voice actor is, but I like how when he goes lower, it becomes very gravelly. Companions! Ooh. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. Yes. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the Inspiration skill. Learn more about your companion in the Companion Ledger. Some people may require completing other quests before they assist you. You can check the quest log. Guys, moving in a weird way. What do you have to say?
Got my sights on you.
All right. Terrible window.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
You mean that guy? Okay, right there.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
Did I have anything else to say? If you expect me to talk allied person, a little bit more information.
It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
But your window, you can't see anything through it. Have you considered that being a problem? How long have you worked here?
I'm trying to remember, 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town, we were booming. Times change, people change, but the Veil will always be here. Spacer's Choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
Earlier Fallout games are a bit darker. Yeah, I really like that about them. I was testing, to test out the new computer yesterday, I was testing it with Fallout 1, the obvious choice for computer testing. And the first cutscene just, has a gruesome murder scene in the intro. It's great. Absolutely fantastic. Your loyal Spacer's Choice.
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it. This is good old-fashioned gratitude. I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
You disagree?
Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my
Again, you can't see anything.
Here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
Let me ask you something
Go
else.
ahead.
What makes you think... What about
Can we
plague?
not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
How long has the plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
Medical 16, you should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of contagion.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see through to the end.
I think he is... Oh... maybe the food is poison. Oh... They aren't canning Saltuna anymore. They're canning something else. Whatever it is might be making them sick.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
That can't be easy for you.
It is not easy for me. And the moment it becomes easy is the moment I am no longer fit to serve. Spacer's Choice is a family. And the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual.
I should go. Enjoy your time being weird. Can I steal your stuff? Hey, just look away real quick. Oh, I can kill him. I can fight these 3 people, kill him, and wonder what kind of... Hey. Oh.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Doop boop boo.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can we... Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Is this about the deserters? So what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. The town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Interesting. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Good.
Where are we headed?
Perception. I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot. Never your mother. I only mentioned him once, mister.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead? I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
I think I remember that. Why can't I? I don't have high perception? Is that it? But I did read the notes. I did read the letter that that her mom sent to her dad. We did find that, so it's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Yeah, we talked about this. I mean, we read the thingy. We read the thingy for sure. What are they pointing at? Journal. I kind of want to do this right now. Yeah, cool. At the exit? Yeah, it points me to that.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plagued? Ah, shit. I had some of the Saltuna.
I knew it! It's the Saltuna! Oh. Maybe at some point we'll be able to see what's in the Saltuna. I really want to see what they have going on inside. Oh. Well, I just didn't really think about it. They're just using Sprat Meat. Never mind. That was a lot easier. Mystery solved. No need to worry anymore. Oh yeah, we've been back here. I've walked through more alleys than streets at this point in this game. I see a little alley, I'm like, oh, is there something over there? And there always is. Ah. Hey, don't mind me grabbing random stuff in corners. That's how I roll.
I'm in
Good day.
pretty low these days.
This house.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow.
Oh, you look
Bright and
sick.
early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Take it easy, Mr. Thompson didn't send me.
And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile, and there's the door.
So you're Martin Abernathy.
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
I'm not looking for trouble. Just here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Yeah, he does. Knows what?
I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Or the great cannery
Don't say
behind.
that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
Sorry to hear about that. You're being paranoid.
I am? Law, help me. Paranoia is one of the plague's known symptoms. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Freelance it? Why do you think I'm a freelancer? Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Sir, that's theft. I would never
Do
steal.
what I can.
Ascendera guards.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
What can you tell me about these marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
Alright. I've heard
Shall we
enough.
Do it then?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
You know, I could just kill him and be done with this. Anything I should know about community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Taking an awful risk for trusting me, you know.
I know that. But I got nobody else to turn to. Reed
Fair.
would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I'll leave you be. You have anything I can steal, sir? Armor parts. I wonder how she will take me stealing stuff. Doesn't seem to mind. Hey, you didn't mind, did you? That's good, that's good. Now I'll be stealing 90% of the stuff we see that
Making
shines.
a mistake working for Abernathy.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I
We've
overheard your
met.
talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying for the trouble. Can you match his offer? I get it. You need someone to smuggle you medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
We added a new wrinkle to saving old Abernathy, and one more reason for me to just shoot him in the head. Hello, Abernathy. Ah, you're looking through a window that doesn't lead anywhere. Look, hold a mirror. Also have these three we can bring in. There's a lot of options here. I don't think I walked through this metal. Oh, there you are. I do want to finish exploring the town before I go anywhere. I think I walk through here. I love how I've been pretty much just in this town. How long have I been streaming for? For an hour. And I haven't left the town yet. I think that that's pretty awesome. That there's enough content for me to... Okay, I have been here. I think I'm good now. Oh, I'm gonna stop by the church. Put my gun away.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Tell me if it's a little bit too soft for you guys, the volume. Hello.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Ah, Miss Holcomb. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual counsel to those that need it.
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. I admit, I've been quite interested to make our outsider's acquaintance.
I haven't found your book yet.
Please, get it.
Of course, but I had something I wanted to ask you. I'm pretty concerned about that book.
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here.
I already want to talk to you about something Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
Oh.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Fix the geothermal plant. Cut off the power to analyze deserters. Cut the power to the deserters if you could answer quickly. We're in a hurry.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you think of the Adelides group?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls. That's what I would say.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
So, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Right. Let's talk to everybody into coming together. Keep that in mind. Sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. Thank you for the time. Even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here? This is thought of something else I need to get.
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
What does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Scientology. Is that what OSI? Scientism? Not very religious sounding. You're sure you didn't just make all this up? How do you talk to this Grand Architect? Prayer, meditation, or what?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Doesn't sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to? So what's your part in all of this besides counseling people? Pretty weak religion you got here. Follow preordained plan. Sounds like a lot of fun. Think pretty much done here.
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything.
I like
the future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
I find it interesting that this conversation is something that pretty much, other than, you know, his religion being a real thing, happens in real life. The questions that I've been picking and asking, like a real discussion that is I've heard many times in college or what have you. It's interesting to see it in a game like this. Oh, that seems unlikely. Really? What? How does that work? Tell me more.
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Just thought of something. If we know everything, we will know everything. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Ark. You, I think you kind of decoded everything. I am going to... Here we go. I'm adding... that. Do want to accept. So now I have location hit detected. Also, hey Ark, how are you doing? Small grave matters. I only have Ludwig, so I'm gonna complete that. What time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going kind of soon, probably in 45 minutes or so. What does... Well, I guess I can't really ask that on the stream. I asked not to be religious about. I'm gonna ask what is Scientology about. Although, you know, quite completely thinking, yeah, I don't think I can talk about it. Pretty.
When I
Hello?
was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
I think we had to turn the voices up a little bit. Audio.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
What are you babbling about? Are you okay? You seem confused. Silas sent me. You owe him gravesite fee.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
What are you babbling about?
The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine.
This is...
about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just my luck. I asked for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen.
I like all this foreshadowing.
Automechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Interesting. If you're resistant, I'm for hire. Got a question for you.
Go on.
What exactly do you do here?
I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Very well. I'll let you be. I don't really, not my kind of how do I put it? Not my cup of tea. I've chosen to wait for Steam release on this game. Microsoft Store thing doesn't work, and EGS seems to be kind of weak in terms of security. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. That is a very, very good idea. I say if you don't mind waiting, wait for the Steam version. The Microsoft Store front is not... I'm only seeing a bunch of... They're right above me? Oh. Right below me? There's quite a few problems with it and how it works. If you're okay with waiting, I would highly recommend waiting for Steam. I feel this is something I know we've talked about before, but I feel that there is... Can I shoot these? No. There's little to no reason to ever buy a game as it comes out. Unless you want to, you know, be able to talk about it with people, but that's such a... It really depends. It really depends. I feel like most cases you should not, unless you're, you know, doing it for stream or, you know, you're writing about it. There's some professional reason or semi-professional reason that you need it, but otherwise, or if you want to support the devs, that's also a good reason, because then, depending on who the devs are, you have more money coming their way. But other than that, there's really no reason to just straight up buy it as it comes out. Especially when 6 months later the game is 50% off. Unless it's a Nintendo game, then you might as well buy it now because it's never on sale. So. I saw a bunch of enemies. Oh, yes. Hello? Hello? Here's crickety scrats. Some multiplayer games kind of feel urgent because they tend to die within. That is true, though I usually choose not to buy those. I'm pretty much the same way. The only exception. Mega Sprat. It's a mama. Oh, I blinded it. That's awesome. Wait, I got a shotgun. Wow, it's a lot of health. That's some excitement. Jeweled ring. Ooh, whoa, whoa. That's a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna shovel them to death. Oh. Never mind. Yeah, the only one I have done that with, a multiplayer game, was Overwatch, and at this point, I don't feel much desire to, you know, keep playing it a lot. I feel like the fun I can have with it is with if I'm playing with friends or something like that, but I think I'm pretty much done with actually going through and playing it. like I did when it first came out, because that, oh man, I was playing that just non-stop pretty much for a good amount of time. It's still the game that I have most hours in by far. So criminal activities, trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by the society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in those activities without consequence. Oh, she's not against me doing this. That's good. Oh, no, okay. Where are you?
Yeah, huh?
We'll talk later. I also didn't know that this game was built on Unreal. Makes sense why the developers, before they were picked up by, why Obsidian, before they were picked up by, Z2. Picked up by Microsoft, why they would want to go with the Epic Game Store. Wherever it is, it's right here. What is that?
Incoming! Woohoo! Nice work!
Oh man. Come on. I think I can go all the way around. We'll see if we have any more enemies around here. Can I swim? No. Okay. I'll say this in regards to climbing. You can climb a lot better than any Creation Engine game. The jump is a lot more used. Whoa. Is, you know, a crashed ship. This may be how the first people came to colonize this place. Just crash landed here. Yeah, I don't think I can go any further to it. Okay, okay. Doesn't seem to be, needs to be mostly, you know, non-exploratory. Wrecked ship, the beach. You know, the usual. Right here.
Keep him quiet. Eyes up! That's smart.
I got a shotgun. Hey, buddy.
Down they go!
Ooh! She has an electric weapon. That's pretty cool.
That's the last of them.
Hey. You're pretty good. Lone grave discovered. One who couldn't pay. That's what happens. You just die. I think we actually heard someone mentioning this person in town. It's really cool that a lot of... Oh, I really like how the effect they put on the grass. It's really cool how a lot of the things you find have some sort of, like, conversation around them. It, you know, it adds a little bit more to the world and the characters being connected. I like that. So you're not just finding some things that are completely unrelated to the community or NPCs that you can talk to. It's actually feels, especially because of how small the community is, it feels very connected. And while I feel some games have done that, again, as a very obvious point of comparison being Fallout, because this has many similar systems and, you know, gameplay mechanics. I feel that that was not the case there very often.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Sorry.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Like that. Because he was talking to her, the screen is shifted a little bit more. So he's in one of the corners and not exactly in the middle. Hey, about the fees you wanted.
Run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Paperwork and fees and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I'm not gonna. Abernath was trying to hide. Oh, Yeah. But being a good guy right now. Not gonna. Your reputation with factions has changed. If enemies are hostile to you, you have lost. Okay. So let's explore. Let's explore some of the world now. See what we got. Because now we're going to actually get to see the scale of the world, because the part that we came from was very linear, being the tutorial area. And we've just been in our first town. Now we're going to get to actually try out some of the open worldliness of this game, which I'm very curious about. Is this a door? The textures are pretty good in this game too. I can't complain. Okay. Definitely enemies here.
Here we go.
Oh, I thought he was dead. Oh, there's a vending machine here. Full stock. This. The centers in our midst. Oh, enemy seeks to destroy our way of life. So, again, very, very Fallout-y. I wonder if there's anything good in here. Nico pad. Check out the rest of the building. Oh, I can probably open this door with hacks. Bypass shot, bypass shot. I need the other type. But I wonder if opening the computer, probably not, just because of how this game works, doesn't have... I'll check this out, it's not that expensive. Marketing division. Oh, I did unlock it, look at that. I definitely thought it was not gonna have something like that. I kind of wonder, Erk says, I kind of wonder how well Unity would handle a game like this. Especially updated Unity, I see it being able to. The newer versions of Unity have gotten a lot better at dealing with 3D games. It can definitely do very well with 2D games. Example that comes to mind being Cuphead. right? It's a lot of stuff, a lot of items on screen, and runs pretty efficiently. On Switch, it runs at 60 frames per second, if I am not mistaken. That tends to be the go-to for the weaker side of computers nowadays. For engines being able to run on, although we have seen a lot of Unreal Engine 4 games trying to run on Switch and they don't look very well. They don't look very good. They are very low resolution. You have to like put it all the way down. I want to check up on the new Saltuna Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line. I think that some of them will really catch our customers' attentions. Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of the beloved brand of Saltuna. I've just received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of the Saltuna brand, because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter Saltuna, effective immediately. We have been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Saltuna, thereby saving bits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough the cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has just confirmed my request to have you transferred from marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is great and a tremendous honor for you and me. Effective immediate, your position is now in our marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. Welcome. Personal files. And do you for Saltuna Light taglines? Melts on your fork, not a